Dan, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thomas Tuchel's had 4 games in charge now, 2 camps. You've started 2 of those games. And it looks like you're starting this one as well, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting there. So congratulations on that. But are you starting to feel a part of it? I mean, I remember when we first spoke to you when you came in, and you said, look, some people think I'm only here for this one camp. No, I want to be part of the World Cup squad. Are you starting to feel a part of the furniture now?
Yeah, definitely. I think the first camp was amazing to be there. But I feel like the more camps I go on now, like I feel sort of more confident in my own ability to play at this level. I think it's sort of the unknown when you come here. Until you've played a game, you don't really know if you can do it. But now that I've done it and I'm sort of starting to build up the camps, what's this, camp 3 now, 3 to go, I feel like I should be here and deserve my place.
Well, no, 3 and 3 to go. You're clearly thinking about the World Cup as well. But listen, I've got to ask you about your club. There's an elephant in the room here, and I'm sorry, we wouldn't normally, when you're on England duty, ask about it, but it's been such an extraordinary and difficult summer for Newcastle. That eventual, protracted, painful departure of Alexander Isak. How do you feel about that, and how do you feel towards him as a former teammate and the way he behaved?
Yeah, I'm glad it's done. I think we wanted the transfer window to close just to have a bit of clarity on it. But listen, I've been in football long enough to understand that for a player, the careers are short and they've got things that they want to achieve. So for me, I'm happy that it's over. Alex is a mate, so it was a tough situation because you want him to be around and helping the team, but also understand for him what he needs to do personally. So listen, I've got nothing but sort of good wishes for Alex.
No animosity towards him?
No animosity. I think listen, obviously as a Newcastle fan, and you know what Newcastle fans are like, we're very protective of our club and we're City, and you want players to be there who want to play for Newcastle, and you don't want them to sort of naively think that there's anywhere else to go apart from playing at Newcastle. So I understand why our fans are frustrated. But as I said, I think I've been in the game long enough now to understand what goes on. And as I said, I wish Alex all the best apart from when we play Liverpool, obviously.
Thanks, Dan, for doing that.
All right.
Thanks.
Hi Dan, as you said, you feel a bit more established and settled now here in the England camp, and Thomas Tuchel always speaks so highly of you, qualities on the pitch and what you bring off the pitch as well, but just how does that make you feel? Has that made you settle as well? Yeah,
definitely. I think, as I said, the more camps that I'm taking a lot more confidence from it. I feel like on a personal level I'm probably playing the best football that I've had in my career. I feel really good sort of physically, and I'm in a good place mentally where I'm up for the challenge. And as I said before, my very first camp, the World Cup was something that was not even close to being on my radar. But now that we're in camp 3 and building towards it, I just want to sort of try and implement what the gaffer's asking of me in the team, and just trying to sort of play as well as I can, so I keep getting picked for these camps.
With that, and you counting down to the World Cup and it being at the end of this season and it feeling in touching distance, does it make you want to pull more out of yourself every time you play a game, basically? Yeah,
I think I try and go in with that mentality that I'm just leaving absolutely everything out there. I've always tried to in my career not have any regrets and think, I wish I had done this or done that. So I'm just trying to do exactly what the manager's asked, and I think there was probably a lot of learning from the last time we played Andorra. Maybe tactical things that we maybe didn't get quite right, or we could change a little bit, and even sort of from a mentality view, I think a lot of the lads are used to playing in these games where you're on the ball constantly and expected to dominate, and I'm probably not really used to that just with the teams that I've played for in the past and the games that I'm doing. So I think it's a mentality thing, whether we're playing Brazil or Argentina or Andorra. It's like I feel like the top teams, the mentality towards that game doesn't change. So I think that's something that we can sort of take.
Hi Dan, with that in mind, coming from Andorra, did the players really feel they had to prove themselves in training this week with the competition level, and did it get feisty out there? Yeah, a little bit. I think that was the sort of word that the manager used at the start of this camp. It was like competition. Like we're not only competing to make the World Cup with 2 important qualifiers, but also with each other. I think there's been players in and out of different camps, so now it's really sort of competing with the players in my position to try and nail down that place. I know that there's sort of a lot of depth
now there's like big players in my position, and I just want to I want to be the one who sort of plays all the games.
It's going to be hot in America, and you've got Serbia that are renowned for their set pieces. How much has he been drilling you? Because it could be an absolutely vital tool going into the World Cup, but in this vital 2 weeks as well.
Yeah, huge. I think obviously at the moment we're focused purely on Andorra. I think we'll look at Serbia more when that game's done, but from sort of what I've heard and know, I think Serbia will be an intimidating atmosphere, and I think now with sort of set pieces, it's become such a vital part of a game. I think everybody now pretty much has a set piece coach, and it's just those little sort of percent that might make the difference between sort of winning or losing. So something that we're set piece wise looking to improve on, and know that could be the difference when it comes to tournament football between sort of winning and losing games.
Thomas Gibbs.
Hi Dan. Obviously throughout the season, obviously you have these camps throughout the Premier League season as well. When you're working closely with Thomas and you're working closely with Eddie Howe, what are the different qualities you see in each manager?
I think probably just the amount of tactical work that goes into it. But it's obviously I've worked with Eddie for 3 and a bit years now, and it's like relentless the way that he works, and sort of leaving no stone left unturned. Or hopefully that's the same. Yeah, so there's like when we go in, I know exactly what I'm expected to do, and if we're 9 times out of 10, if we do what we're asked to do, we tend to win the game. And it's the same with the manager. I think it's harder because we probably don't have that amount of time every single day that we get with managers at the club. So, but I think this has been a really good week. I think we've needed this week just to know and expect what the gaffer wants from us, and hopefully try and put that into practice in the game tomorrow.
And just on a personal note for you obviously with Newcastle, you're going into a Champions League season, the World Cup's around the corner. You mentioned earlier about you feel good physically, you feel good mentally. Would you say this is the most confident you've felt in your career so far? Yeah,
I think so. I think I've been playing well for a long time now, and I think that's built a lot of confidence in us. Obviously been successful last season with sort of winning the League Cup and getting into the Champions League, so I feel in a really good place, and I still feel as if the older I'm getting, I'm still getting better, so I think that sort of fills us with confidence as well. And it's exciting. It's an exciting season now that I'm sort of 33-year-old and I'm getting the chance to play Champions League football again, and the possibility of maybe making a World Cup squad is just motivates us to just want to keep pushing myself further.
Dan, hi. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
A player like Elliot Anderson, what are his strengths?
Elliot's a top player. I think we were really good to lose him from Newcastle. I think he's first of all like his physicality for a player of his size. The way he can keep people away from the ball and get about the pitch is a big strength. But he's always wanting the ball wherever he is. He's so calm when he gets it, and I think he's got that eye for the passes that we'll probably need against Andorra, which is when we'll get those. There's not going to be loads and loads of opportunities there for maybe when teams are playing a sort of 5-4-1, but I feel he's got the eye for a pass that could unlock those sort of teams. So really, really happy for Elliot. I know he had a great Euros in the summer, and he's also a great lad on top of that. So.
Bruno Guimaraes played again last night. Brazil had a very good win. When you're playing with someone like that, do you appreciate the sort of quality that England will be up against next summer?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the thing about World Cup qualifying. Sometimes you don't always play these big teams that you come up against at the tournament, so it is about having that same mentality no matter what you're doing. But listen, Bruno's a top player, and Brazil are full of top players himself, and for me, it's a joy to watch when you're behind that, and just knowing that if I've got the ball, he's always there wanting it, and I can just give him it. So happy for Bruno. I heard he had a very good game last night, and really happy he scored.
Okay, any further questions? No. Oh, sorry, Hamza at the end here.
Dan, you worked with Anthony Barrett before at Wigan, right? What does he bring to the group? What's he working on, and what's he like to work with?
Yeah, it takes a lot of the coaching, Baz, but I know from working at Wigan just how sort of enthusiastic he is and the intensity he works at. You feed off that as well, and I think he's brought that to the camp. I feel like it's been a very good camp training-wise, very, very competitive. I think you can see now that people are starting to look round at each other and see who they're competing with and wanting to play in the team. So Baz is a top guy as well. I think he's probably one of the best coaches in this country at the moment. And yeah, just very happy to learn from him.
And one more for Rob Dorset, and then we're done. Thanks. Thank you.
Dan, I just wanted to ask you one. Thomas has surprised us a little bit in the way that he talks about dividing the centre-backs up into left-footed options and right-footed options. It's very clear he wants one of each on the pitch. And he classes Marc Guehi as your side, the left side, because that's where he plays predominantly for Palace. Does that work in your mind? Is that how you think about it? Do you see your direct competition as Marc Guehi in this camp and not Ezri Konsa or John Stones as it was, perhaps?
Yeah, with the way that the gaffer seems to have divided up, I would say that's the way it is. I know, obviously, Mark's a top player, very close to the Liverpool move this summer as well, so I feel like that just keeps pushing us, but I think it's probably from what the gaffer wants in possession and the patterns that he wants to play as we get further up the pitch. I think it probably suits that. So I think right at this moment that'll probably be direct competition.
Thank you very much. Cheers all.
Thanks, Dan.
Nice one. Thanks very much.